People shrugged the invisible burden off their backs. The streets seemed more peaceful. Even the windows at the courthouse were soon replaced. Nice. Good to know. Dear Citizen Fidel, I am writing to congratulate you on becoming a part of our country's history. Citizen Carbet's trial is on everyone's lips. I would also like to discuss the important topic of appointing a new Commander-in-Chief to the National Guard who will replace Citizen Burrow. It's my honest belief that I am the best candidate. Should you give me your permission, I would like to pay a visit this evening. Francis Harnett. Okay. Notebook? Anything? Actually, hang on. Notifications. Good relationship with wife. Reputation +1. Cool. I have no influence left. Notebook. The people love me. Wait. Open that book. I want to go here. Select the person to view detailed information about them. Nah. Ah. Hierarchy. I'm still at the bottom, right? Yeah. Okay. Still at the bottom. I don't know why he posed me. It's very weird. Fell during the riots. Yeah. It's a shame. People are anxious, so they may revolt again depending what happens. Case file. Maurice Gaspar. He is accused of corruption, nepotism, fraud, and treason. Oh dear. This man's probably gonna die. It depends. What are the revolutionaries want him acquitted and the people want him dead? Interesting. Some time has passed since the liquidation of the widely hated Ferme General. The institution paid duties to the former king and then often brutally collected liabilities from the people. Usually with considerable interest, now the National Convention has made a just decision to try all former Ferme generals who collect taxes from farmers. We will present evidence against one of them, Antoine Loisser. Very first evidence of his guilt is the sheer fact that he has earned his post through nepotism. Aside from collecting taxes from starving peasants, he was also involved in all manner of business, and not always honest ones. Several witnesses have claimed that he was frequently trading in damp tobacco sold at exorbitant prices. We have not found any indication of the aforementioned adulteration in Loisser's documents, but the topic is widely discussed in the streets of Paris. He used money from taxes to finance his private laboratory where he carried out many chemical experiments. Many Parisian chemists were approached during the investigation and called Lewis a brilliant scientist. Interesting tax collector. Of course, this alone does not mean treason. However, the accused frequently corresponded with foreign scientists. We have established that he supported them with money taken from the French peasants, and it is possible that he was also sharing the result of his research. Why not keep it all for the French people? They have to agree with that. Punish those filthy leeches. These people simply must be decapitated. They symbolize everything the common Frenchman revolted against. My name is Antoine Lavoisier. What is your occupation? I aided tax collectors. And I am also a scientist. Allow me to add a immodesty that I have a number of very important discoveries. Do not boast before the court. Sure, tell us how you ate pate bought with our money. Alright, well, first of all, let's talk about this science thing. Why did you not focus solely on science? I had enough time to engage in various activities. You chose to focus on one field. Could you not be more efficient, don't you think? Thank you for your concern. My daily routine is my business. No, it is not. As a public official, you should spend all your time and energy on the work for the state, but you did not. What will the elite say now? Regular people have to focus on one task. For me, it is not enough. I would bore me to death. Bit of an arrogant dude. So, alright. Wait, so these various businesses, were they... Aside from collecting taxes and paying, he was also known all manner of... Like I said, there was no actual evidence of the businesses. He was just known to have done it, so... Personality. Aside from your position as General and scientific works, what other occupations do you have? I'm also a member of the Gunpowder Commission. and before the beginning of the revolution I was assigned to officiate the Administrators' Council on Casey DS Command. Do you not think that is a lot for just one person? That is a lot. Greedy fraud. These people who assigned me to those positions never once complained about the quality of my work. Must be a coincidence that most of those people have already been sentenced to the guillotine. Someone's finally taking care of those thieving rogues. Okay, people got mad with that. Why do the revolutionaries want him acquitted? I don't understand. What's with the report? I think that's a trap because it doesn't say report anywhere anyway. Foreign scientist. Was there evidence for that? However, accused of frequently corresponding with foreign scientists. Right, so he's accused of it. Ah. Damn it! Counter-revolutionary. I wasted 2 tries on that. Tell us more about the foreign scientists you asked for help and financial support. Who are they? Some of them are Italian chemists, great scientific minds, but not so talented when it comes to raising money. Bartolomeo, Bassano, Diego, and whatever, and another Italian name. You supported Italians, even though they have been at war with France so many times. We have fought with each side every one of our neighbours. What does that have to do with science? Was it not scientists like you who created the firearm, an object completely changed the art of war? My work was not connected to weaponry. Well, that's true. Can we believe you on that? Was there evidence for his fraud? I don't remember. Not prove treason alone. Right, so he has been accused of this. Let's talk about money. You stole from the state treasury. What stolen money? On the basis of this accusation? The money you were stealing from France you used to support foreign scientists. Why? We do know. But we suspect it was something to do with the war. My financing foreign research, yes, is my own money. It had nothing to do with the war. You're acting against the best interest of the state, and that is treason. Do you know what we do to traitors? Let me just say it will take only an instant to cut off my head, but 100 years may not suffice to reproduce its like. Wow. That is an arrogant response. Probably not completely wrong, but arrogant as hell. It keeps telling me of evidence. Scientific research. Is that a report? Report regarding tobacco. Yeah, let's ask him about that. Report. We actually have evidence on that. You've been accused of swindling and deceit of all sorts. One of them is selling damp tobacco. Absurd. I've personally admonished my suppliers to make sure that tobacco stays dry. Look through your papers and you will find the report. Could have put those reports among other papers to deceive us. People like him are natural-born liars. I have kept exemplary documentation, never once acting against my considerations. I always acted according to the French tax legislation. The law was dreadful. I mean, yes, it was, but at the same time, that's not really for him to decide. He's just doing his duty, right? So, widely hated firm general. Scientist, hang on. Chemical, many chemists reproach, and they called him a brilliant scientist. Do Do you keep your laboratory in operation by using taxpayer money? What exactly did you discover? Anything useful? Explain, among other things, the pheromone of combustion, disprove the philosophical theory constructed clamateur. What is he talking about? Those discoveries help the regular citizen? Science does not necessarily immediately help people, but one day those discoveries will. You hear that? Science doesn't help people. How much money was spent on research? I never measured it. I've been working on many discoveries for years. Because we were paying. That leaves us with one last question. So it's either I ask about this, which will probably piss them off again. Widely known. Hang on. Need to read that passage. So, often brutally collecting. We will present evidence against them. Okay, so counter-revolutionary. That's going to lead us further towards death, though. Do we want to go with the revolutionaries, or do we want to go with the... In this case, I think I'm actually going to go with the revolutionary and let him live. As arrogant as much of a dick he is, I don't think he's really given enough yet to be dead. I'm going to acquit him. Oh, the common folk really don't like that. Death penalty makes them very happy, but... Whew, I'm going to have to help out the common folk next, or he's going to get me killed. But I am going to acquit him of this. As much as he's a dick, he's a useful one. Defendant confessed to the crime. No. Was his act counter-revolutionary in nature? Yes. Did the defendant send money to foreign scientists? He did, but it was his private money. What was the defendant selling? Damp tobacco. I shall sign it. I hereby declare the defendant not guilty. Lead Mr. Levasseur out. Spat in the face of thousands of farmers. I know, I'm sorry. Better take this into account in the future. Yeah, really got to work with the people now or they're going to get super mad. Common folk did not approve of that. I'm going to end up getting lynched at this rate. Your wife told me I should seek support of the just people. I should look for them in your house. My husband will be more than happy to endorse your candidacy for the post of Commander-in-Chief. Why does this feel like fait accompli? Please do not be angry at your wife. I am sure that she has in good faith when she made this promise. How could anyone refuse to support such a respectable officer? I am certain that my husband will acknowledge your merits, just as I have. How can I be so sure when there are so many other candidates? Well, I respect the other candidates. They are decent people. However, I can offer you the most precious gift, loyalty. Working together, we can greatly benefit each other, and maybe Paris too. Our families held in high regard for sincerity of loyalty. Does it not? Moreover, we respect each other's boundaries. At every turn. These ugly rumours about you being an addict should be put to an end. Know that I will not forget what you have done for me. No other candidate has asked for your endorsement. They do not think you are worthy of their friendship. Yeah, he's really sucking up. Regardless of what the masses are yelling, Paris is only as strong as its elites. I will not retract my wife's promise, but in future make sure you come to me first. Yeah, so we didn't get a choice in the matter. We signed on because it's what she wanted. Oh yeah, that's why it went down so bad, because my influence on the people's really bad. Spend the evening... Hang on. Anything else going to impress him? Paragraphs and codes will. But that will really piss him off. It'll piss everyone off if I work on tomorrow's schedule. Fine, we'll go gambling. Just to get him out of the negative, Jesus. Sorry, dear. It's alright, the family's not too bad, and he's not as pissed now. Decapitation still has not lost its charm since the beginning of the revolution. A group of people were gathering in the Parisian streets, surrounding something on the floor. Your prestigious position allowed you to make your way to the center of the mob, only to find a man's severed head. What had caught everyone's attention was the head's facial expression. It was grinning. It was so unusual the crowd stared hypnotized, it was no apparent reason. I wonder if anyone had thought to ask where the rest of the corpse was. A lone severed head should definitely cause curiosity. Even if it's purely for scientific reasons and now starting alongside the body. I'll just leave scratching my own head and I'll leave them to it. I don't know. It's weird, but how long they continue staring at the head or how long it was smiling? Common folk endorsement. Oh, that's good. They can stare at it if they want. I don't really care. It's just weird. Just leave them to it. Oh, I see. You've got that map now.
Weak, vulnerable to attacks. Waiting for someone to reach for power.
That would be Mr. Bonaparte.
Waiting for someone who, once again, will take control of its soul. The pawns are now in play.
Am I the pawn? Revolutionary holiday. Recent days have proven Paris can win. That France can win, we managed to overcome our past. Visiting our last remaining tyrant of his power. Now it is time to rebuild, to create symbols that inspire future generations. That is why during a gathering of conventions, several enterprising citizens proposed the construction of a statue to commemorate revolutionary victory over the injustices. You were given the honour of supervising construction. There is no better candidate than the one who vanquished Louis Capet. You have an opportunity to leave yet another mark on Paris. Hell yeah! Each section of Paris can be controlled by you, by an enemy, or by neutral. Controlled sections. Each section you control, take over, provides you with additional influence points. The chance mission success is higher in your territory. Enemy sections can also take over your section. Actions performed in enemy sections are less likely to be successful. Lock sections. Some sections are locked and unlocked with any agents carried out actions in them. Unlock sections. To unlock a section, you have to scout it first. You can only unlock section adjacent by already unlocked. Further, each section reacts to situation in the game, causing further the resonance to rise or fall. If the fervor becomes too intense, it could result in a destructive riot. That crap. Player agents send agents on missions, manage unruly crowds, and fight influence over the city. Click an agent and choose the action you wish them to carry out. Bruiser. The Bruiser is good at fighting, gaining reputation, and managing unruly crowds. Diplomat takes over sections, nurturing relations with factions. Okay. Unfortunately, in hostile or neutral sections, you can only move one space per day. Faction, the people, attitude, neutral. So what's going on here? Hold on. Oh, we're building a statue. Let's go Lady Liberty. I like the dark stone. Trees. I like that. I like the little patterns. That's a nice one. It's real nice. Confirm. Slap. Each building lets you perform a different kind of action. Take over the ones you support. Support your playstyle. Oh, the daily rate the statue is constructed, I see. Spend more time with your family. Facilitate persuasions. Okay. Why is it down -16? Yikes. Lower the crowd's fervor in section. Yeah, you scout that. You lower the fervor. That should help. Actually, no. Go scout over here. I'd rather we unlocked a section. So, what now? Yeah, I got my notebook. How do I... Unknown character has taken sections. Well, what about if I go over here? Increase influence over the district. There we go, now we can leave. That's what we have to do. Right. Hey people, good to see that some of you made it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this content, there should be much more like it on my channel. Feel free to subscribe to see some more. Check out some of my links in the description. I stream on Twitch 3-4 days a week. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put some links for some other videos on the screen that you can enjoy now. See you all in the next one, I hope.